All right, everybody. Again, we are back. Tukey here, joined alongside Sin. A very interesting first two games of the day. Again, a split there between Örebro and Frölunda. The nice little overtime win there for Örebro in response to a really what was a blowout loss, 5-1 in the opening contest. But we move on now to our second matchup of the day. Färjestad heading into action today with a 3-1 record. Northern Ascendancy, well, Sim, we pointed them out yesterday, 0-4, but three of those losses in overtime. So again, if you were going to lose, at least pick up those overtime losses.
Yeah, but in the same vein, at the same time, you get to those overtime situations, you want to try to find that extra goal as well. I remember it was a few seasons ago when the then Ghetto Firebird had most of their decisions were actually overtime losses or something pretty ridiculous like that. So you don't want to find yourself in that situation because as they found themselves at the end of the season, they were on the outside looking in. So Northern Ascendancy need to find a way to pick up some wins as well. And they've got a pretty decent lineup to do it.
So heading into the action here, let's take a look at the latest results around the league and the updated standings that we have here for you. Again, we had witnessed the Örebro Frölunda series, and as well we have other games that have been reported. Goons pulling off the double over HV71. Good for them, that being HV, to at least get an overtime point out of that. And currently, I do believe we have an ongoing matchup, or at least an unreported final, between H-Reds and YMCA Esports. So we'll get you the updated information as soon as we have it here. So the standings as well, and then there we go. We see from the chat, Nikki Dangles himself, H-Reds 3-1 and 4-0. So there you go. Winning as they probably should, of course. The defending champions then, by that metric, will, of course, be alone atop of the standings over Frölunda still, I do believe, undefeated then at 6-0, the only team left with that perfect record. Sin, what a way to start off a championship repeat campaign. At least they hope it to be.
Yeah, man, absolutely, and that's a good way to get it going as well here in the regular season. That being said, I do enjoy the teams below them. Goons, I mean, despite the bit of a tight differential for the goals for, goals against, they're finding ways to win, and that was kind of their kind of what they did in the last season too. They had a pretty tight goals for to goals against, so they were still able to find ways to win. So that's what good teams do. I mean, I think they could tighten up a bit defensively, which they'll probably look to do throughout the course of this season. However, I mean, it's we're really going to start to see some separation here. Probably next week. By the end of next week, we're really going to start to see how the initial kind of leg of this. Well, it's more of a sprint, I guess, this season with how quick it's going in 5 weeks. We'll see how the first kind of a leg gets over and which teams start to try to lock themselves into those playoff positions.
Absolutely. So let's get a look at the lineups here for the matchup. Färjestad and Northern Ascendancy for NA. It is Dillinger, Captain Martindale, and Sadapoika up top. Sparker Romberg on defense alongside Tansky and Supreeks between the pipes. On the flip side, of course, Afe, Captain Mullen, and Fopa Tovlin leading the way. The front three for FBK. You have one Mr. Sebi Larson alongside Mr. Nipsely and McSaven. We are going to get to see him in action, unlike this past Monday, where we did miss out. But McSaven is here and ready to go. Now, Sin talking about these two teams. Of course, we talked a lot about FBK, the captain's poll predicting they'd be outside of the playoffs. Now, they were a playoff team last year, but have obviously undergone a lot of lineup changes. For Northern Ascendancy, this is a team that, well, 2 seasons ago made the playoffs. They missed out last year, finishing 13th. They're projected as well to finish 13th again. And it's tough to say. 3 points through 4 games isn't the worst, point producing pace in the world, but certainly going to need to look to start racking up the wins sooner rather than later.
Yeah, definitely, and it's going to be perhaps a bit tough against this Färjestad team, but again, you have to beat those kind of teams. And if you want to make it into the playoffs, these are the types of teams that you have to beat once you get there, most likely. I mean, I know projections are saying Färjestad on the outside looking in, but are off to a good start, 3-1-0. If you're Northern Ascendancy, you want to stop that in your tracks right now. Just so that you can sort of dig yourself out of the early season hole that you find yourself in.
And of course, talking about the individuals within This lineup, you talk about the center matchup. I mean, two very experienced players. Malin does have the face-off edge so far this season. And of course, obviously, we talk about Afe every time we talk about Färjestad. He has 4 goals in 4 games. Fopa Toflin has been a good fit so far. I mean, like I said, we saw Färjestad on Monday. We broke down a lot about their roster. And of course, McSavid mentioning in chat earlier that he is going to look to maintain that 933 save percentage. Challenge accepted. We shall see. But obviously, then for Northern Ascendancy, we haven't really got to talk about them too much. You do bring over Dillinger and Tonsky. Tonsky, of course, previously the captain of Rusty Blades. That team automatically relegated last year after having some lineup changes just before the start of the season. Sada Poika's in from Tunnel Vision as well. So, Sin, an 0-1-3 record can't be maybe that surprising when they've had as many lineup changes as they have.
Yeah, it's tough to sort of get that chemistry situated. Even when you do, it's a whole new ball game when you start playing just the best of the best, game in, game out here in the ECL, and we're kind of seeing that a little bit so far for them. It's been a tough adjustment. Only 3 goals for, 9 against, so going to be very very hard to win games with that sort of differential here. But Saprix between the pipes has been great for them.
Absolutely. So again, we are just about ready to go for a puck drop in our first game of 2 between these two teams. As always, we will mention it. Exclamation point survey in chat. Your chance to walk away with a PS5, and all you have to do is just share your thoughts. We want your feedback. Let us know everything that you're thinking about NHL Gamer, what we're doing well, what we could do better. Take part in that survey. Take a couple of minutes of your time, and you could get a rare reward. I mean, it's to some people like myself, this thing doesn't exist. Never seen one in the wild. I don't know if it's actually real. Went to a friend's house. He allegedly has one. Wouldn't let me touch it, so I don't know. It could have been a cardboard display. But you are going to get one if you fill out that survey. If you're the lucky winner, that is. Not everyone's going to get one. Kenny would absolutely kill us if we made that promise. How to bankrupt NHL Gamer. Promise everyone a PS5. Sin, the puck is dropped. Game 1 of 2 again underway between these two teams. FBK in the home green, Northern Ascendancy in their road whites. And we'll see how this one plays out. Again, FBK looking to continue that hot start to their season.
Mr. Nipsley tried to creep in there, get a shot on, and actually makes a great play on Martindale, who was trying to break that out, stealing it away, but they do go offside on the attempted zone entry. So no one's striking quite yet. No quick strikes in this one so far.
So here we go. Another face-off, and it is FBK in the attacking zone early on. Pass across, loose puck, and a chance there for Mullen to sweep it home. Saprix was just a little bit faster to the cover.
That's a good job by him, as they might have to weather a bit of a storm early on here. We know Färjestad likes to be aggressive. As you can see right there in the aggressive face-off, they don't get the forehand win, however. And so Northern Ascendancy going to have to be careful for Färjestad coming out hard, trying to get a lot of offense early on.
Sadapoika sends that one in the corner, chased down by Martindale. Gets it back, shot from the point, deflects wide. Martindale does win that race. Tried the short side. Save it, though, all over that one.
Yeah, he absolutely was. Just snagging that one out of the air on the glove as he chested to the short side. Not a bad idea there for Martindale. Want to try to test the goalie's angles early on, make him respect every single place on the ice so he can't cheat to either direction or overcommit to any one-timers or anything of that nature.
Goodness. As we move on here. Sorry, I can't hear things of that nature without Stephen A. Smith talking about crab rangoon and things of that nature. So you almost cracked me up without even trying. It's the little things. It's the little things. Timer, that was not a weak shot. That was not a little shot either. A huge shot from the points. And we have our opening goal. Sin, what a bomb of a shot from Sparka Romberg to kick off the scoring here from Northern Ascendancy.
That was huge. I mean, just an absolute blast from the point right there. The D-to-D one-timer. And that is a great start from Northern Ascendancy. And that puts Färjestad on the ropes a bit. Even though they're looking to kind of pressure early, it's Northern Ascendancy the ones to strike first off. Very simple play. They get it done.
So a huge goal there for Northern Ascendancy. Sin, if our stats are correct here, heading into this game, they only had 3 goals on the season so far. So a huge moment for Sparker Romberg. First goal of the season, 3rd point of the year. And NA have the early lead here. Not much McSavid could do. That was just a picture-perfect shot from the point. The battle along the blue line here. Sebi Larson still trying to hold on to it. That was outrageous that he even did for that long.
Yeah, I felt like no one could move the puck in that scenario. It was just kind of bouncing back and forth and being on the line, then off the line, and then finally clears his zone. He's going to have to, I was going to say he's going to have to be careful there, but Dillinger didn't want to over pursue in that situation. He felt like he maybe could have to apply more pressure. He had some support from another forward as well that could have perhaps pinned Sebi Larson down there.
The pass along the point here. Mr. Nipsley stepping in, feet in front, loose puck, and somehow Supreek's able to find that one through the trap.
It almost looked like Mullen there streaking across the middle, got like a backhand shot off with that loose puck a bit. Down low in that scenario, we're going to see a face-off here. Nice tie-up, however, they don't get the puck pickup. Dangerous situation. This has Afe on the doorstep, testing Supreek's, unable to get a clean shot away as he was kind of right in front of him.
Toflin was there too. That's not the first time already in this game we've seen a loose puck up for grabs that Supreek's was able to get to first. Tonsky and Dillinger, again, the teammates last season, coming over to this Northern Ascendancy team. We have a race for the puck. Afe very much involved, battling Tonsky here behind the net. Mullen wins the race to the puck. Can circle back. Mullen again. Gold helmet as his team's leading scorer. Toflin able to dish to the point with Sebi Larson. Shot on. Doesn't get through. And Mullen all over the attacking zone. Involved in almost every play. Good hit there. Just wasn't able to keep that puck in the attacking zone. 4 minutes to go. This opening frame, FBK trailing. And off a goal from Sparker Romberg. As it's Afe. Not able to weave his way through. Puck up for grabs in the neutral zone and dips back. FBK recovers. Pace certainly going to benefit NA. Huge momentum boost for them if they can take this lead into the second period. Pass through the slot. Nobody on the receiving end of it. And over the line. Afe. Again, can't hold on to it. Risky pass from Tonsky works out. Rocket pass from Sadapoika straight to the opposition. Tonsky has it. Good forecheck here. Afe. Chance shot. What a stop there by Supreek. Sin just leapt out of the blue paint to challenge the shooter.
Yeah, really good read. Looks like he was trying to challenge a bit, then got animated into the save, which drew him out even further there. But he's been on his game right now. Really good anticipations and really good movement.
Off the draw, Tonsky turns it over. Shots! And again, too much traffic in front for it to go through. So here we go. Again, the goal from Sparker Romberg, the difference maker. Sin, let's get one more look at it.
Just a massive shot there. As you see, he has one of the superstar abilities being 1D. Used it to great effect right there, as it was the D-to-D pass, which got him the goal. But man, Färjestad had some nice chances of their own, and as much traffic as there was at the end there, that shot from the point wasn't too bad from Sebi Larson. Mullen did get a stick on it for a deflection. It did hit yet another body there, but you can see the time on attack differential over 3 minutes almost on the nose for Färjestad. Just 29 seconds from Northern Ascendancy. It was enough to get them their goal, but I don't think that's going to be a too much of a sustainable stat line if they want to come away with the victory here. They're going to have to find a way to get it into the Färjestad zone and get a little bit more time on attack and some more chances.
Again, you got to look at the stats there. The 4-shot-to-2 advantage. Too bad of a start for Northern Ascendancy. Let's see if they can keep it up here in this second period. The opening draw. Back to the Northern Ascendancy zone again. ECL Elite Division action, our opening week. 30-game regular season. It's representing the 5th game for both of these two teams. 16 teams, only 8 playoff spots. As it's FBK back in the attacking zone here. That pass again off the mark. Pass accuracy hasn't been overly impressive for either side yet, at least at moments. The consistency there. Shot from Sparka Romberg's in. He wanted another one again on that glove side. Just went a little bit wide.
It's just letting them fly from back there. The shot power, you can really see just how much he's able to get on that, as that one did sail wide, so he actually wasn't quite there. What a move from Mullen on the point to keep that alive. Looking for the front, just unable to get the tap in.
Supreek's lightning quick with that glove in terms of these cover-ups. Not really much he can do, I believe, attribute-wise, to affect that. Unless I'm mistaken, but regardless, it's noticeable. Again, off the draw, Northern Ascendancy in possession, but for how long? The answer, not very. Difficult game to call when the puck is bouncing around this much. Popotoflin has it. Always has unstoppable force there, has that bit of extra balance to maintain possession. Pass across, what a look from Sebi Larson. Nearly found Afe on the far side.
Kind of a slow burn play right there, then all of a sudden picked up the speed. They look for the quick across to Afe there. He was going. I thought they were going to try the slap pass play. It looked like he may have had a step, and if they shot it to the right-hand side of the boards, Afe could have gotten it. Whether he would have been able to beat Tansky there in a foot race kind of remained to be seen, but they didn't attempt to go for it.
So Nipsely dumps that one in. Quick passing work from the defenders there to get it out. Martindale stretch pass, and unfortunate there for Satapoika, just couldn't find the puck. A bit too far behind him.
Yeah, as it was just kind of skittering right there, and Sebi Larson sort of looked like he had an idea to pick it off, changed his mind at the last instant though, and kind of was a step behind.
The net drive there, backhand on from Popotoflin. Supreek's able to make the save. Good movement there. Here's Martindale. Off the spin. Nobody home again. Afe's going. This time they see him, but this time didn't quite have the step on the defender. At the very least, in the way that puck was sent down, just didn't really gel with the lane that Afe had.
Yeah, it needed to kind of come off the corner boards and bounce out front, and even though he didn't have the step, he could have won it based on the angle alone. It wouldn't probably have gotten too good of a chance, but either way, that wouldn't have led to an icing, but no real harm done. They got the puck back.
Popotoflin on the off wing, comes back to the point. Sebi Larson down low, right back to him. Wraparound bid broken up. Afe with a buffered shot there, throws it in from the corner, and Supreeks is able to make that save.
Free stats for Supreeks right there, but he's been, again, incredibly solid so far. Neither team really able to get a whole lot going since that first goal coming out for Northern Ascendancy. That being said, what an attempt right there. Opted not to go for the one-timer. Supreeks stuck with him.
Oh, man, the toe track as well from Mullen. Chance for all three forwards of FBK to get a goal there, Sim, within about a 5-second span. Still, they can't find the back of the net more than halfway through this game.
It's, yeah, it's getting, I wouldn't say scary quite yet, but maybe a little bit concerning by this point. They are getting some chances that they want. Maybe not the kind of high quality as consistently as they want, but that just might be the case, and Supreeks is doing a great job of just kind of slowing things down when he needs to.
Here's Satapoika, hands it off to Sparka Romberg, lone goal scorer of this game so far. Back pressure, though, from Popotoflin disrupts it. Here comes FBK, Mullen looking across, scores! Who else would it be? It's Afe, his 5th of the year. Sin, we're tied at 1.
5 goals, 0 assists. The Afe special to start the season off, and just a great play right there from Färjestad as they get the pick. Afe, realizing he wouldn't have the speed, dished it off to Mullen, and he was able to lead the rush back. He sends it over, and it was actually kind of a shovel backhand right there. I'm sure Afe would have preferred the one-timer, but he also prefers that puck to go in the net. It did. It's a tie game right here from that goal by Afe.
We move on here now in this game, tied at this point. Popotoflin get that shot on. Important points up for grabs at every stage of the season. Week 1 doesn't matter. These teams have a lot to prove, both with playoff aspirations. Marco Romberg knocks that one loose. Stansky right back to Dillinger. Mullen's there to break it up. Here's Afe. Again, just missed on that shot to the glove side. Nipsely Pass off the mark. Still up for grabs off the skate. And FPK just can't hold that in as we hit the final minute of play here in the second period. Sparker Romberg, good pass for Dillinger. Dillinger looking, has Martindale. Martindale tries to force the issue, get the puck into the slot. No space. One more chance here perhaps for Martindale, and it just sails wide. The glove side on that slap shot. Sim will get another look at that off-a goal. We are tied at 1 apiece heading into the third period.
Yeah, and this is just really sorry, it's just kind of laughing at how long that X Factor took. I wanted to talk about that play right there, as it was Mullen, just really good job of kind of waiting there. He also had Fopatolfin right next to him. Wasn't too much of a threat, but could have dished it off right there. It was almost kind of clear where they'd go to it, and that's just the thing about Färjestad. Sometimes you know what they're going to do. They're still able to pull it off and get the goal. 6 minutes time on attack to 1:43. Again, Northern Ascendancy have to find ways to get some possession here, because if Färjestad is just allowed to dictate the pace of the gameplay, sure, they might not be able to get a ton of their long stretch passes and slap pass plays. They still will. And if you're giving them all the offense's own time, it just gives them more and more chances for them to set stuff up. I've liked what I've seen from Sebi Larsson jumping into the play. Obviously, Afe is always a threat, not just on the rushes. He can find himself into those soft spots. Loves to use that smaller build. I'm not too sure if he's still using a sniper, but I would assume he is, as the size at least looks very similar to it was in the last season.
Third period underway. Again, the first game of 2 between these two teams here. Again, the final broadcast of week 1 here on NHL Gamer. Again, make sure to join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 1945 CET, 2 p.m. Eastern. And, of course, same time as well applies for Tuesday with our Pro Division coverage. King, Lime, and Timo on the call for that. Again, the action coming at you at an incredibly fast pace with this ECL winter season here for ECL 22. NHLGamer.com has all the information that you need to follow along with everything that we have going on under the NHLGamer.com umbrella. And, of course, a big shout-out to our sponsors in Kovalon Lakritzi, Wilhelm, X-Bill, and ST Hockey, helping make this season what is sure to be one to remember, as, again, they look for that quick out to Afe. No icing on the play. Ooh, a good poke check there. Fopatolfin tried to go to Afe and Sin. That is a veteran read there by Tonsky. That captain experience showing off there. Sadapoika, chance, loose puck. Dillinger battling for it, not able to hold on, and a penalty is called, though. Northern Ascendancy to the power play. It's a holding call against Nipsey behind the back of the net.
Yeah, pretty late decision there to get the tie-up, and he ends up paying for it with the holding call right there. It was a potential goal save by Tonsky. It was an incredible forecheck by Fopatolfin, who forced the turnover, tried to send it to Afe, but Tonsky robbed it, and now they have a power play, a really big chance to swing the momentum.
Fortunately, it immediately disappears as Dillinger's pass back to the point was off the mark.
Yeah, maybe a little rushed right there as he was trying to send it back. Had a bit more time to sort of settle that puck right there. And maybe Northern Ascendancy feeling some of the heat from not being able to score a whole heck of a lot this season so far.
And a 20% on the power play in the early stages of the season. A 100% penalty kill from FBK. Dillinger has it in the corner. Back to the point. Good stop by McSaven. Pass back in front. McSaven to swim around a little bit there as that puck drilled directly off of Mullen's leg. Bit of friendly fire. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Dillinger looking. Waits it out. Goes to Tonsky. Man out of the box. Tonsky can't get that shot through. We are back to even strength. Again, the FBK PK stays perfect. The early stages of this season. Martindale hands it off to Sadapoika. Looking to step in, goes to Martindale. Again, a puck in front, up for grabs. Fopatolfin able to at least get that one out of the zone. FBK still maintaining possession. Yeah, a one-goal affair, one for each side here. We are halfway through this third period, very much getting close to next goal wins territory. If it keeps up at this pace. Mullen tried to go back to the point. Dillinger all over that one. Sparker Romberg from Martindale. He has a little bit of speed. The captain driving the net. Pass across. Doesn't go through. Great defense by Sebi Larsson. He's on the rush here. Sebi Larson tried to go glove side. Just couldn't find the back of the net. Great defense to offense. Just not able to get that goal. Loose puck in front. FBK again, quickly having to get that puck out. Here comes Mr. Nipsely. Afe back to Nipsely. Just lost it. That was a full commit for Supreeks to go blocker's side. Fortunate that there wasn't a bounce that maybe could have resulted in the puck sneaking through the open side of the goal. Again, Fopa Toflin just not able to hold that one. Donski. Puck right back after a saucer pass was stifled. There's to Sparko Romberg. Nowhere for Satapoika to go on that attempt. Down to 3.5 minutes now. Here's Mr. Nipsely. Sends it around. Afe gives chase and wins it. Back to the point. Afe gets it back. Mullen. Which way will he go? Still holding, waiting it out. And maybe held on to it a bit too long. Afe trying to keep it alive. Mullen regains and loses it in the traffic. Chance now again. Satapoika sends it low. Just out of the reach of Martindale. Fopa Toflin one more time for FBK. Final minute now here in the third. Both teams very close to at least picking up a point. Northern Ascendancy again looking for their first win of the season, 0-1-3. To their first 4 games and an offside call with 47 seconds to play.
A bit unfortunate there for Northern Ascendancy as they try to get over the line, and a few self-inflicted wounds from them as some of those offsides were maybe a bit avoidable here as we're down to the last minute, real-time last minute here in the third period. See if one of these teams wants to find a goal before the time expires and forces overtime.
FBK still in possession. Looking for that opening. Great job by NA to shut down the neutral zone for the moment. An offside call there. Northern Ascendancy doing what they can to hold on and get this point at the very least.
Yeah, kind of a basketball strategy right there from Färjestad. It seemed just sort of working it around, looking to maybe get one entry and one more shot before period ends. But also Northern Ascendancy, you said it, really holding that blue line quite well.
BK, one more possession, 20 seconds to go. We do see some teams in this instance just wind down the clock to make sure they get the last shot. Basketball style in a way. Here's Mullen off the spin, couldn't hold it. 8 seconds. Nipsely goes back across. Afe. For Fopa Toflin, knocked loose. Nipsely backhand deflects wide. And we will be going to overtime. A 1-all scoreline. And Northern Ascendancy will either get their first win sin or suffer their 4th overtime loss. Gotta love those elite edges. Or will suffer their 4th overtime loss of the season. At the very least, you can see they're a tough team to beat.
Yeah, absolutely. And the pacing was definitely a different feel than our first matchup between Frölunda and Edinburgh. There's a lot more of a plotting style from both of these two teams. I mean, obviously, Färjestad has the quick strike ability, but Northern Ascendancy really seemed to want to be all over that as best as they could. And that being said, again, Färjestad was really doing a good job of holding the puck in the zone, so they didn't need to counterattack so much. They just didn't get a whole heck of a lot of high danger chances out of their zone time, I feel like. I mean, with only 9 registered shots and almost 8 minutes of time on attack, it's, you know, maybe you feel like they could pull the trigger a bit more or just a bit more quickly, because sometimes by the time they pull the trigger, it's Northern Ascendancy's had the chance to adjust, get in the lanes, and block the shot.
Overtime underway. Again, you get a look at the lineups here. A really good start for FBK. Taking 2 games away from Havu yesterday to really jumpstart this new season. Here's Satapoika driving. And McSaven will stare him down to make the save. Shot doesn't find its way through. Again, it was Sparko Romberg. Scored the opening goal of this game. Here's Mullen on the net drive. Loose puck in the crease. Supreeks able to find it through the traffic. Good job once again.
Had a little trouble initially as all the bodies were flying towards the puck was still bouncing around with Afe, Mullen, and Fopa Toflin all down low, sort of trying to get a stick on it, maybe get a dirty goal here early in overtime.
Loose puck in the middle, picked up there by Fopa Toflin. Another good stop by Supreeks. Trouble here for Sebi Larson, trying to find somewhere to go. Pushes off for Mr. Nipson. Loose puck. Quickly cleared back out. You never really know what you're going to get between these two teams. Here's Satapoika, burst of speed. And a great poke check there by Nipsley to take that one away. So, is it me, or does it already have the feeling of we're just waiting for one of these two sides to make a mistake?
It definitely does. Again, I just mentioned the pace of this game and how kind of different it was. It just seems to be both teams just very wary of making some kind of a mistake right there. Yeah, it's hard to say. It's just kind of more of a plotting style and very, very deliberate from both of these teams.
Here's Mullen back for Fopa Toflin. Again, looking for that one extra pass. Now, I mean, it's tough to say. You almost want to say, hey, go full Frölunda style. Look for those Eki deflections. But at the same time, collapsing style, it's tough to get those shots through. Are they more likely to go than the forced passes? I guess that's the question. Here's Fopa Toflin. Good agility on display. It has unstoppable force. Took it all the way to the house himself. But Saprix did well to hold that post.
Yeah, kind of using Afe over there on the far side as bait as he tried to kind of go right back to the forehand quickly and sneak it through into the short side, but was just unable to do so.
Off the tie-up, Afe. There's one just wide. Mullen tried to go back to Afe. Again, a bit too much traffic. Fopa Toflin. For Mr. Nipsley. D to D. Sebi Larson for Fopa Toflin. And all over the place in this overtime. Gets it back to Mullen, who I thought picked a corner. How did that not go? And Saprix down. How did FBK not just win this game? Here comes Martindale. Northern Ascendancy trying to respond. Tonski shot stopped by McSavid. And maybe a little bit fortunate to do so, Sin. That far side post, left side was open.
Yeah, indeed it was. And wow, Mullen's got to be shaking his head. He had an incredible chance and just somehow missed the net. And I was very surprised that one didn't go in at the end. You see, if not just for, maybe McSavid being slightly out of position, but just for, like, how close it was at the other end. Oftentimes it feels like it happens. You get this great chance, and then the other team just puts a shot on and it finds its way in.
Well, Toflin's pass into the middle. Sebi Larson steps up to keep it alive. Playing with fire there, and you saw Nipsley drop back, defense first. Mullen fends off the pressure. Fopa Toflin back down to him, throws it in front, loose puck bouncing around. Satapoika comes up with it. And contact there, penalty coming up. A Northern Ascendancy power play, as I think Mullen indeed going to the box. Boarding or checking from behind, regardless, that is a rough hit.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him to be stepping in the box, especially as their centerman here, who does have a over 50 save percentage. And this is a huge, huge, huge chance for Northern Ascendancy.
And indeed, they win that draw without that high winning percentage centerman. A chance to shovel it home for Martindale. Doesn't find its way through. Less than 5 minutes to go here in what could be the opening overtime, and a pause from Färjestad, I do believe. So you got to look at the stat line there, Sin. All that time on attack means absolutely nothing if you don't get the goals.
Exactly. And again, they're averaging just over 1 shot per minute, which in my opinion simply isn't quite enough, especially at this time when you only have that one goal. It's time to maybe start ripping them. Yeah, you're looking for the right plays, you're looking for the right passes, but it hasn't been there. Northern Ascendancy's collapsing, they're not giving it to you. So a few more quicker passes leading to quicker shots. That's the key. They've had quick passing plays, but they haven't necessarily gotten the quick chances out of them, or at least just a quick shot. Doesn't have to be perfect.
Romberg over, gets it back straight into the chest of McSavid. And another penalty is called. It's going to be interference against Mr. Nipsley. 5-on-3 coming up here. And Sin, again, that's another defender that we see get caught trying to utilize those little bumps that just aren't allowed anymore.
Yeah, it's unfortunate as it is. That's, just a mistake that could prove to be costly here in overtime.
Parker Romberg's pass doesn't go through. Fopa Toflin not able to clear. Satapoika has it, gains the line. 5-on-3 for over a minute. Martindale, chance, shot, scores! But it is being waved off. This one will be reviewed. There's the contact from Martindale. Man, that was almost Brett Hall-esque. I don't think there was really all that much contact.
No.
McSavid sprawling out may have saved him. So this game continues.
Yep. So that was ruled no goal, and the power play will continue. That's my analysis.
Fair enough. Satapoika with the puck, looking, couldn't shoot far side. And it goes all the way back to the neutral zone.
Kind of a bullet dodge there from Färjestad, to be completely honest.
Sparka Romberg, Satapoika, shot, stop, loose puck, McSavid finds it. What does Northern Ascendancy have to do to win that first game of the season?
Yeah, it's taken a lot for them just to try to get that one. They still have the 5-on-3, and Martindale's been fantastic in the draws. He wins another one.
Chance here, good movement. Tonski shot, loose puck. Still up for grabs, and Sebi Larson able to find it and clear. 20 seconds to go. We're back to 5-on-4 as Mullen is out of the box. Parker Romberg for Tonski. Tonski looking. We're back to 5-on-5. Shot saved by McSavid. Deflection bid there for Martindale. Now toe drag, nearly drew the trip, I thought. It was a good look from Satapoika. Big stretch pass, off face through, doesn't score. I think Saprik's got a piece of it. He may have just missed the net. FBK that close into taking this one.
It's getting a little dicey here. Both teams getting chances. Fopa Toflin just runs over Martindale.
We have 1.5 to go again in real time. Final 2 minutes. Satapoika down low. I don't know, depending on how this one goes, then we might need a break instead of just our normal word from our sponsors after this one. It has been noted we have called some very long overtime games in our time covering the ECL. Chance there, broken up, still bouncing around. Sparka Romberg. Shot from an odd angle for Martindale, doesn't go through. Final minute now of this first overtime. Drop pass, Mullen gets it back to him. Chance, and doesn't go again. Sebi Larson getting involved in the play. Still has it, looking, nearly got him off the short side, but he couldn't find the puck to pull the trigger on the shot. Martindale has it now. Mullen able to take it away. FBK, errant pass, but Fopa Toflin recovers. Shot, rebound, nobody there. Dillinger. Couple quick passes. It's Tonski. He'll send it around. Read all the way by Fopa Toflin. He gets it back. Exploring his options. Final 17 seconds now. Stretch pass off the mark. Martindale still able to get it. Martindale trying to gain the zone. Can't do so cleanly. 6 seconds. Will there be one more chance? This one nearly turned over. And indeed, Mullen says, let's settle this down and take it to double overtime.
Got a bit dicey there at times. Both of these goaltenders making the saves that they need to make. We're seeing a bit of a duel take shape here between McSavid and Saprix, who both have phenomenal save percentages coming into this set. And yes, this is only the first game of this 2-game set. And, well, we're well on our way to another overtime here as... I don't think FPK got a whole ton of time on attack in that one. Maybe
yeah, that number looks very, very minimal.
Yeah, like a couple more shots perhaps, but I think they had something like 10 minutes time on attack and like 11 shots last time we saw that. So, yeah, very, very much an interesting kind of battle between the neutral zone and just no one really able to set things up. So Northern Ascendancy getting better in that regard as it goes on, but again, here in overtime, it just takes that one goal. And who's going to take the risk to open it up, or are neither team going to do it, and we're just going to kind of wait on a mistake?
Overtime number 2 underway. Again, we will stick with it for as long as necessary. In the first game of 2 between these teams, of course, their regular season matchup here. When this one finally ends, you might have to just turn off the alarms for work in the morning. You might just be already up and ready to go. No icing on the play. Loose puck. Fopa Toflin is there. Nipsley from Mullen back to Fopa Toflin and Tonski. He'll take that one away at the last moment. Here he comes. Here's the shot. Saved by McSavid. It's Afe. Fopa Toflin gets it right back to him. Chance now for Sebi Larson. We've seen him get involved in the play. Fopa Toflin's pass back down low doesn't go, but he does win it back. He's been so impressive in this overtime in terms of acquiring these loose pucks, but he's not able to maintain possession. Dillinger, nowhere to go. Molly, nowhere to go. I feel like we've said that quite a few times. These two teams just completely stifling each other defensively as Tansky can't get that shot through. Quick out. Great job by, I do believe, Satapoika to step in front of that one. As it's Nipsely. Puts it back to Mullen again, only momentarily. Dillinger gets decked, but the outlet pass to Martindale. Steps to the outside, maintains possession. Northern Ascendancy again looking for that first win of the season. Dillinger can't get that shot through. Fopa Toflin tried to find Sparka Romberg on that left-hand side. Here's Satapoika. Can't do anything with it. Trying to win it back. Great job by Mr. Nipsely, though, to hold on to it. Sent back down. Sin already halfway through overtime number 2.
Now this one has flown by here, and neither team still able to find the back of the net and really even gain the zone at times. Färjestad having a difficult time.
Puck corralled down low, battled on for by Dillinger. Again, it's Sebi Larson, able to get it up to Afe. Fopa Toflin on that right-hand side. Looking. Goes back to the point. Nipsely can't get the shot through. Poked away. Picked up here. Satapoika has traffic to deal with. Still held it in the backhand for the moment. But again, had nowhere to go. It's Tansky. Nice outlet pass to Satapoika. Has a bit of a step once more. Around the back. Banks it off the back of the goal. It's FBK right back in possession. Great play there by Afe. Fopa Toflin right back around to him. Goes all the way to the point instead. Sebi Larson. Fopa Toflin. Bouncing puck. Turned over one more time. Martindale gets it back. Backhand doesn't go. McSavid with one of the saves of the season to keep this game alive.
What a save right there. Gets the toe across, and it might feed a Färjestad counterattack here. Afe.
And they score! Sebi Larson is the overtime hero after an incredible save from McSavid on the far side. Heartbreak for Northern Ascendancy as they are still winless. FBK get the win.
Wow. Just as I was going to try to give your voice a break, having to call that for so much time in a row with zero stoppages there. A goal is scored. Sebi Larson jumping up into the play with Afe there. Just a good job from Färjestad. And once again, Northern Ascendancy drop a game in overtime after defending so well, getting some chances of their own. Man, that save by McSavid looks all the more massive now as it directly led to a counterattack and the game-winning goal for Färjestad. I mean, kind of a hectic game at times, and the end kind of came out of nowhere there, but that's how it can happen sometimes in those long, drawn-out overtime games, and Färjestad takes the first one.
A huge stop by McSavid that I hope we get another look at. Leads to the goal down the other way. We pointed out Sebi Larson's willingness to step up as you get a look at the save percentages there for both goalies. Phenomenal stuff. But Sebi Larson stepping up numerous times to join the offense. And unfortunately, just not enough for Northern Ascendancy to get the job done and get that goal. Sebi Larson does get the winning goal here. One more look at it as he gets the puck back and banks it into an open goal.
Yep, and it's just how she goes. Sometimes you see the kind of a ridiculous time on attack numbers as we moved into the second overtime. That being said, I mean, through the two overtimes, Färjestad only able to get about 3 minutes time on attacks. So Northern Ascendancy continued to shut them down, and Färjestad was having more and more difficult times. They still are able to find the game winner, and here it is once again Northern Ascendancy struggling to put up goals, struggling to find the wins. They are now 0-1-4. So the 4 points is nice, but you need that win.
I don't know exactly if a point per game pace will be enough. Looking back towards last season here, Sin, I had to bring up the standings, and Well, 31 points in 30 games was enough for 2 teams to make the playoffs last year. So I don't know if that pace is going to continue of losing the vast majority of your games in overtime, but it could benefit them. Again, if you're going to lose, at least do it in overtime, if not double overtime. But a big win there for FBK.
Yeah.
Sin mentioned giving the voices a break. You're going to get a quick word from our sponsor. We will be back for the 4th and final game. But yeah, my goodness, a marathon game, and it's a combination right now of excited and scared to see what's coming up in just a few moments. We'll be back. Stick with us for our final game of the day.
Minkä päällä lakukastike maistuu parhaalta? Ei voi tietää, ellei kokeile. Kouvolan lakritsi.
Lähdetään haastamaan yhdellä yhtä vastaan. Loistava nälkäisen pelaajan ratkaisu. Oi, mennään. Luukulla ollaan valmiina. Ja sitten katsotaan. Kaikki kestää. Vanhanaikaisella. Kiekko lapaan. Ilmaveivi. Klassikko. Maali! Wilhelm vei todella komeasti nakkikioskille. Wernerin nakki on loistava vahvistus Wilhelm joukkueelle.
Muted. So we're having a bit of a mic issue here.
Or
with
not.
2D.
Hey, there we go.
Oh,
What are
there
you
he
going to
is.
do?
There he is.
Hey, remember when I said I needed a break? Because woof. Whew. A big shout out to our sponsors, of course, Wilhelm, X-Bill, Kouvolan Lakritsi, and ST Hockey. For those of you playing NHL Gamer Bingo, that is my first mute of the season. Feel free to put a chip on that particular spot. The next time is when Sin and I laugh at an inside joke that nobody else will get, but we're here to entertain ourselves half the time. Sin, how do we even break down that game, and how do we even set the stage for the next one? I mean, we saw, what, 5 full periods of hockey to be able to get the winning goal. Kind of speaks for itself in a way, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I think it really kind of speaks to the mentality of both those teams. Neither one of them were really comfortable in opening up the game to something that they didn't want to play. Northern Ascendancy was very defensive. They tried to get into the zone. They were looking for certain looks. Färjestad, same thing. They still wanted those slap plays. When they did have the zone, they were oftentimes turning down shooting opportunities to look for that one extra pass, to look for that just the higher quality opportunity. And it wasn't there. And I would like to see one, if not both of these teams, sort of go outside of their comfort zones for this second game, because there simply wasn't a whole lot there, and they left it really up to chance at the end of that overtime.
That they did. As you get a look here at the teams in the lobby, of course, as we know, so much of the conversation around X factors and what would the prevailing meta be. Of course, it is going to be those elite edges, and we saw it pay off for quite a few people throughout that game.
Yeah, absolutely. And getting a kind of good look at some of the builds here. Yes, Afe is still indeed using that sniper, going with magnetic, puck on a string, and not actually too sure what that other one is. Still learning all the X factors. What can I say? But yeah, it's you very clearly seeing the meta develop, and it's very similar, at least player types, to last season. As well, Fopatolfin there rocking the power forward, I believe we saw, but a lot of playmakers, a lot of puck mover defensemen as well.
Again, a reminder, Week 2 begins on Monday, 1945 CET, 2 p.m. Eastern. Conquer Gaming taking on IQ, and our defending champions in H-Reds will be taking on Roots Gaming. Of course, excited to see that. Again, you can catch the action Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday right here on NHL Gamer. Of course, Tuesday, our Pro Division coverage. Then again, it'll be so good to see our defending champions in H-Reds in action. And, of course, exclamation point survey. One more time, we've been reminding you all day. Your opportunity to win a PS5. Fill out a survey, let us know your thoughts, give us your feedback, and you could get a nifty little reward known as a console that may or may not exist. I cannot confirm nor deny. The console exists, you'll get it. I just haven't seen one ever. So Sin, here we go. How long will this game last? Can't wait to find out. Game number 2. Northern Ascendancy in the home blue, and FBK in their road whites. They are racing to the corner here. Fopatolfin. Get that puck back. Drops it off for Mom. Again, Northern Ascendancy now down to 0-1-4. That sassy crab going to be looking to actually have a dance, have a dance party for once. How nice would that be? A real reason to celebrate as Supreeks makes another save, and Sin certainly the lack of celebration so far, no fault of Supreeks. He's done a phenomenal job so far in the first 5 games of the season.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, he's doing everything but score, and it'd be pretty hard for your goaltender to score, and pretty concerning if he was the one scoring as well as making some of the saves that he's making. As Färjestad do sustain zone pressure, try to get a few more chances there, but unable to keep it in.
It's a nice call there. That's a question for the historians that have been around for a long time. Has there ever been an actual goalie goal? And I'm not talking like the past year or so where you could pull the goalie for the extra attacker. Has there ever been an actual goalie goal in the highest tier of ECL action? That's the trivia question of the day. And if so, tell me why it was probably Kape, because I will never doubt that man's abilities.
Yeah, I remember getting really hyped up when Javi was one time talking about the goalie goal from Hanselinho, and I thought we were seeing a goalie goal, but it was him being pulled, and it was like the first one of ECL. I was like, oh, okay. And I was still excited because that's great to see, but also it's like, man, I really wanted to see a goalie flip the puck all the way across the ice into the net.
One of these days, Sin. One of these days, we talk about the creativity of these players. One of these days, someone will go for it. We're still awaiting. So that's the real question. I mean, obviously the Michigan's more likely to happen, but we're awaiting that. We're awaiting those Michigan attempts. We're awaiting those goalie goals. One of these days. Mullen in possession here for FBK. Halfway through the first period, still looking for our opening goal of this second matchup here. That rocket pass goes all the way back to the FBK zone. Again, maybe not the most convincing win in the world for them in that double overtime game. However, if you're FBK, results are what you're after. At the end of the day, it doesn't have to be impressive. Get to the playoffs, see what happens from there.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with some of the league kind of counting them out of the playoffs picture. They got kind of a lot to prove, maybe a bit of a chip on their shoulder. I mean, they still have a talented roster. Afe is Afe. Mullen's a solid centerman. Sebi Larsson's been shown to have some great flashes of being able to play on both sides of the puck. And McSavid, I mean, well, we see what he could do. The stats are also speaking for themselves, an over 90 save percentage still through 3 games played.
And Tansky dealing with that upper body injury after taking that puck. We'll see how that affects him. The attacking zone now here, Northern Ascendancy. She's back to the point. Latapoika not able to hold on. Nipsley able to feed that puck up to Afe. FBK trying to get something going. Nipsley stops dead at the blue line and stays onside. Toflin nowhere to go. Gets it to Afe. Pushes it back to the point one more time. Sebi Larsson, the overtime hero. And again, FBK continuing to work it around until that errant pass. Dillinger's going to win the foot race. Holds it down low in the corner. Dishes back, Sparker Romberg. Tansky's shot doesn't go through. Tansky, I believe, seeing eye. The X factor that he's rocking with, so we know he does like to shoot the puck. And then too many clear-cut opportunities, though. FBK get possession in the defensive zone. Trying to get that transition game going. Nipsley. Back for Fopa Toflin. Mullen tried to get it back to him, and they do draw the call. FBK going to the power play, a tripping call against Dillinger. So he tried to help take away that good opportunity off of a very nice give-and-go pass.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, is that their first power play opportunity of the season? I know it is of this set, but we actually don't have any number on the power play for them, so I'm assuming this is actually their first one on the season.
See what it looks like here is Supreeks able to cover that one. Indeed, I'm actually going to look to confirm that, but I think you're right in terms of the information that we have available. No detailed number. And indeed, for Färjestad, yes, this is their first power play of the season. Took 6 games to find that, so there you go, the discipline of their opposition. On full display. Mullen looking, one-timer, scores! It's Afe who got a piece of it in front off of the one-timer from Mr. Nipsley. And 1 power play, 1 goal for FBK. They grabbed the lead. It's 1-0.
Because of course Afe got a piece of it. He's just the premier goal scorer of the ECL Elite, just the purest of pure in the goal scoring department. Gets the 1-0 lead here late in the first on the power play. So 100% on the power play right now for Färjestad. Pretty good right there as they capitalize on their first opportunity.
Honestly, it's one of those obscure NHL names, but he really does remind me of Brandon Peary. What was it, like 6-7 years ago? He had like 22 goals, 2 assists. That's Afe. Except he's good enough to hang around in the Elite Division full time. Sorry, Brandon Peary. I'm sure you're a nice guy. We have the final 5 seconds here of the period. FBK likely won't be able to get one more chance on goal. And a 1-0 lead is what Färjestad will carry into the second period. One more look here at the opening goal from Afe is somehow, some way, of course, he gets a piece of it from point-blank range.
I feel like that was going in already, too, which kind of makes it all the more funny for me as Afe is just like, nope, sorry, Mr. Nipsley, that one's mine as well. But Northern Ascendancy find themselves in a position, unfortunately, they found themselves in oftentimes in the season, and they are down 0 registered shots at the end of one. That simply is not good enough for them, and they're going to have to step it up here, throw some pucks on net, get the puck into the zone, and you know, just try to get some chances. You have to test McSavid in some way, and they simply didn't do that well at all there in the first period, and I can't really recall any dangerous looks that they even had. So gonna have to be a big kind of wake up here for Northern Ascendancy to start the second period.
Indeed, again, we'll continue to talk about it. Still looking for their first win of the season. The previous show, of course, that we conducted that you can find on our YouTube channel, of course, was the captains voting on where they thought each team would finish. Northern Ascendancy projected to finish outside of the playoffs for the second year in a row with their goal-scoring issues. You can certainly see that may be coming to fruition a little bit. That prediction might not have been completely off. FBK as well, though. I mean, again, you're talking about their 6th game. They only had 7 goals as a team for the first 4 games, so goal scoring at times not exactly, exactly what they needed. And that was it's a very close call. Sadapoika just not able to maintain the line.
Yeah, that was really close. It was a great stretch pass right there. I think it was just his animation. He's kind of kicked that one up to his stick that put himself offside. It was a good look nonetheless, and that's just kind of a frustrating moment from Northern Ascendancy, who are struggling to find a bit of something to get going, and then going offside right there when they could have had just a little bit of a step on the defense.
Nipsley recovering the puck here in the corner for FBK, so close to his first goal of the season. And again, another offside call here against Northern Ascendancy.
Yeah, and just simply not exactly what you want to see. They want to be able to gain some momentum, and right now they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit here. That being said, Martindale coming in, can't maintain possession.
Debbie Larson, the overtime hero from game number 1. Mullen tried that quick out to Afe. I do wonder with the quick out attempts that we see if players wear like extra thick shin pads. Probably be beneficial. Sebby Larson tries the shorthand side, doesn't go. Good bit of speed there. Love the hustle from Sadapoika. Very aerodynamic with his arms tucked in, high up as they are. Dillinger takes a hit from behind. Northern Ascendancy will go to the power play. Tonski gets at the point. Shot deflects wide. Still kept alive by Dillinger. Sparker Romberg and Tonski working together. Romberg takes the hit. Tonski, not sure if he was aware of the delayed call. He certainly could have won the race to that puck.
Yeah, or perhaps the body skittered towards him, making him kind of take a wider angle. I didn't initially see, but yeah, that was a bit of an odd route to try to take to the puck and keep it alive right there. As Mullen's going to be taking a seat again, so Färjestad without their center, and last time Martindale was really able to win some faceoffs in this situation.
5-5 so far in this game. Make that 6-5 for Rene. Good movement. Tonski. Sparker Romberg continuing to move it around. Loose puck. Tonski has it and can't keep it alive. Bit too much indecision from Northern Ascendancy. Eventually, you got to pull the trigger on these shots. Again, as Sin mentioned, no registered shots in that first period. You have the good movement here. Sparka Romberg tried to get it into the middle. Picked up, loose puck, kick save, McSaven. Tough stop to make. But what I still believe is his first save of the day as Afe nearly sauced that into open space. 25 seconds to go on the man advantage here for NA. Sparka Romberg gains the zone. Sadapoika down low in the corner. Martindale down low now. We're back to even strength. Donskey at the point. Shot just hit the side of the goal off of a deflection bid from Sadapoika.
Rough break right there. That was a great chance, right? And it just hits the post off the deflection. It's exactly what they need to do here. Some more shots from the point through traffic and try to get a follow-up chance.
Shot scores! There you go. Case in point. Mullen out of the box. Picks the far side corner. And FBK have a 2-0 lead. Sin, let's take another look at this shot.
It may be a bit fortuitous. He's shot kind of low towards that far side, looking perhaps for Afe's stick right there, but not needed as it goes directly in past the Preeks. That's a 2-goal lead for Färjestad here in the second. 6:47 left. It's getting dire for Northern Ascendancy here.
Too much hesitancy on that power play for Northern Ascendancy, especially too, like you're talking about Tonski, you have seeing eye. It is going to boost essentially those shots from the point. As Dillinger goes down, and it will be a Northern Ascendancy power play. Sin still technically have 25 minutes of game time to go, as we will see Fopa Toflin take a seat, but this might be as close to a must-score situation as we've seen.
Yeah, bit of a chance to rectify some of the mistakes from the previous power play as well. I want to see them win this. Just start throwing pucks on net from the point.
Off the tie up here, looking. Dillinger couldn't pull the trigger. Here's Sparka Romberg. Martindale shot again, blocked down by Sebi Larson. Battling for it, not able to come up with it. Great duel here. Sebi Larson still involved, ticking time away. Nipsely has it, and at least gets it out of the zone. Tonski preventing it from going all the way down. Here's Dillinger, a little bit of space. Shot from Tonski, blocked down. Nipsely, of all people, the first one to get to that puck. He sends it down. 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. Continued offensive struggles for Northern Ascendancy. Let's see what we got here. We're back to 5-on-5. Sadapoika nowhere to go. Mullen not able to hit Afe. Sadapoika holds. Northern Ascendancy just got to start throwing stuff on net and hoping for the best. Tonski back from Martindale. Sadapoika, one-timer blocked. Good attempt there, though, from Sparka Romberg. Great sauce pass. Afe, a little bit of space. Scores! We'll love to get another look at that one, Sin. I have no idea how he buried that. FBK again. Successful kill and a goal in response.
I think he went 5-hole right there, taking advantage of the Euro goalies. Yeah, that went directly through the legs if my eyes do not deceive me. But what a pass to somehow get through. It looked to me like Sparka Romberg wasn't in terrible position to maybe intercept it. Just kind of went through his legs, and Afe capitalizes on it, as Afe often does.
There we go. Puck back to the point. It goes from bad to worse for Northern Ascendancy. 5 seconds to go in the period. Sadapoika looking, one-timer, scores! Martindale with the deflection in front. 1.3 to go. Northern Ascendancy get one back. And that certainly sets the stage for perhaps a more interesting third period.
And you definitely hope it isn't too little too late with the way they've kind of been playing so far. But again, we were mentioning it. More shots from the point, more shots in general. They do right there. It's, you know, that one-time look again that they've tried a couple times and deflected in by Martindale. And you kind of wonder, it's worked a couple times. You'd like to see Northern Ascendancy just almost make it their bread and butter in this matchup. All right, those, you know, perhaps some of the one-times lower in the zone aren't going to quite be there. Färjestad's been blocking quite a bit of them. All right, just try to, you know, risk some from the point. You know, quick pass over, quick pass back, wrist it on from the point, look for a rebound, look for a deflection. You never know in NHL 22 with the way kind of things are set up. As you actually see in that replay right there, 2 white jerseys wearing a shot block animation on that left-hand side. And that's just what, Färjestad likes to do. They've really tightened up defensively. But again, now we're seeing Northern Ascendancy, kind of what Färjestad was doing in the last game, just a little bit to a worse degree. 5 minutes time in attack and only 2 registered shots. One of them has gone in, but that's simply not enough pressure, not enough looks to throw at McSavid.
Again, the stat lines, that time on attack does not mean anything unless you have the shots as well to back it up. So NA finally on the board here in this game. Only down by 2. See what they're able to do here. Again, a very important moment for them to find that next goal and to hopefully find it in quick fashion as Sparka Romberg not able to hold on to that puck. Early offside call there against Martindale. So, I mean, Sin, certainly you would think the strategy would be just throw more shots on goal. What do you got to lose?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, sometimes you never know. And again, especially with Tonski, I don't know if we've seen him throw a single shot from the point on, but he's got that seeing eye.
Here we go into the attacking zone. Dillinger unable to hold on to it. Mullen has to hold up. Miscommunication with Afe. Afe able to win this puck back in the corner. Down low for Mullen. Good pressure there by Fopotov to win it back. Mullen gets it, loose puck, and Saprix is there to cover.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't said his name as much in this game as Northern Ascendancy, again, have a slight bit more of a time on attack. And, Färjestad, when they have gotten their chances, been able to bury them. And it's unfortunate for Saprix, who played, extraordinarily well throughout that first game and really throughout this entire season thus far, despite his team not having a win.
In the attacking zone, Sebby Larson, Mullen across, wide open net. Fopa Toflin unable to get a piece of it.
I don't know how that one stayed out. I saw his indicator light up for a minute. Oh, what a deflection.
Tonski, the shot from the point, another deflection goal. She loves Jim, I love Jim, you love Jim, and you love to see this down to a 1-goal lead. Northern Ascendancy right back in it. Sadapoika the goal.
Yeah, Tonski letting it fly from the point right there, and was going to go wide, but that's why those deflections are oh so good as Sadapoika redirects it in to the open net. It's only a 1-goal lead now for Färjestad. They're going to have to be careful, and Northern Ascendancy's got to be feeling good after that one.
Long way to go. Again, another chance there for FBK. Just no one on the receiving end of that pass. A 3-0 lead. Down to a 3-2. Turnover there from Nipsely. Sadapoika looking to the point. Shot. Traffic. Loose puck bouncing around. And it's Sebby Larson bringing it down the other way. Big burst of speed from the defender. Contact. Loose puck. Martindale has it now. Northern Ascendancy again trying to get something going. Great cut by Sadapoika. Looking shot. Glove. Stop by McSavid. And remember that one. That was a great opportunity for Northern Ascendancy.
I like what they're doing here. They're starting to just pull the trigger. You get that into a decent location, just pull the trigger. That's what Dillinger did right there. McSavid swallows it up in that glove hand, but it was still a good look.
It's FBK trying to get something going. Here's that again, just one loss through their opening 5 games of the season. Battle on for the puck. Sadapoika comes up with it for Northern Ascendancy. Puck down low. Dillinger nowhere to go. Nipsely takes that one away. Under 9 minutes to play now. One back by Afe. Looking. Pass back. Drive to the net. Martindale. They put it into his own goal. Dillinger for Sadapoika. Shot. Rebound. Loose puck. And thankfully, Sebby Larson was there. That could have been the tying goal. Mullen over the blue line. Looking. As that pass to Fopotoflin go haywire, bounced off of his stick. Mullen to the point, and again, another pass back to a left defender. And Sim, we see that quite a bit when the defenders, of course, are set up for the 1Ts. Those pickups are a little bit more difficult without having your stick blade to that left-hand side.
Yeah, and we've seen it twice happen to Sebby Larson on that connection as well, and it's a bit unfortunate for him, but also a bit concerning. Maybe a build issue or just some bad luck here.
Afe scores! What a pass, what a finish. And that should be hopes for the comeback gone. Afe does what he does best. It's 4-2 Färjestad.
Jeez, it's kind of at a loss for words. This guy just scores goals. It gets the hat trick right there, and it was just a great pass through, a simple shot, but he's got the right build for it. He's got the nice X factors to help boost it in those kind of situations that he loves to find himself in. Gets that lead back to 2 goals here, and yeah, Northern Ascendancy really up against it as they approach the 4-minute mark.
This puck kick saved by McSavid. That extra boost to kick the rebound away, deflection off the post. That close for Northern Ascendancy to get it right back. Tonski keeps it in, but gives it right back to Sebbe Larsson. Afe again, the hat-trick goal. Almost didn't remember it. It was this game where he stole the puck with that last-second deflection, was it not? Yep. So the hat-trick from Afe. Final 2 minutes of play here. Martindale looking, glove stop. McSavid able to keep that one out. Afe, 3-on-1 for FBK. Goes to the wayside. Sparker Romberg did a good job of getting in the way. Final 50 seconds. Tonski takes the hit, can't make the play. Sebbe Larsson can't get it out either. Dillinger's pass off the mark. Again, back into the Northern Ascendancy zone. In danger of falling to 0-2-4 to begin this season. Tonski shot, second chance, somehow doesn't go. Sparker Romberg jumping up in the play. Desperate to get that goal. Big scrum for the puck. Dillinger shot from again Sparker Romberg. Might have been Tonski that time. It was Sparker Romberg. Northern Ascendancy putting up a heck of a fight here. Big save by McSavid. There's the sauce. Mullen all alone scores. He waits out Saprix, buries it on the open net. Färjestad looking to move to 5-1 on the season. Getting the job done, pulling off the double here against Northern Ascendancy.
Yeah, valiant effort from them at the end as they're pulling the trigger on just about everything. And there's a positive to take from that. I mean, they did look good at the end. They were playing all that kind of pressure. Maybe they were in desperation mode, but now going to fall to 0-2-4. Maybe it's time to get desperate on the season and start playing in that kind of mode to begin games and stuff like that as you see a pass skitter across. But yeah, you said it. What a nice play by Mullen there as they all stand in front of McSavid wanting to preserve that save percentage as, you know, you got to love McSavid, especially if he's on your team. He does his job extraordinarily well, and they all wanted to help him out there. So big win, big 2 wins here for Färjestad. Northern Ascendancy just 1 point out of 4. Still looking for their first win on the year.
We get another look at one of Afe's many goals in the game, the hat trick for him. A tremendous job as Saprix sharing his displeasure with the result. And, I mean, hey, you know, from what we've seen already, you know, the short sample size for Northern Ascendancy, there is, you know, again, you can see it there. And again, I certainly wouldn't look at Saprix as the fault for why they fell short. Certainly not. I mean, he made some great saves to keep his team in it, but obviously, again, just the lack of goal scoring continuing to be an issue for them.
Yeah, definitely. And that's sort of, I feel like, carried over from last season as well. As I recall, that was kind of one of their major issues here is they kept, like, you know, swapping people around in the lineup, trying to find that extra spark here and there. They looked good towards the end here, trying to get, you know, those extra shots on, and it just simply wasn't enough, and it was too little too late as Färjestad came away with the victory. Again, numbers in the favor of Northern Ascendancy in this one. Unable to come up with that, but I like the way their shot total shot up there towards the end. They did what they needed to do to try to tie it. It didn't fall their way this time, and that's simply what it is, and I would like to see that sort of effort that we saw in that third period, especially as they were down, a little bit more frequently in their game. I feel like the slower, deliberate style that they were doing in that first one against Färjestad, while it did give them a point, I don't think you're going to win too many games against a lot of teams by playing like that. Sometimes you need a bit more of an edge, a bit more aggression coming out for you, and that'll lead to some more offensive chances.
Thus concludes our opening week of the ECL 22 winter season. Sin, again, 3 solid days of action here in Elite, and of course on Tuesdays with our Pro Division. We will be back this Monday, 1945 CET, 2 p.m. Eastern, for our next 2 matchups. Again, to kick off week number 2, it is Conquer Gaming taking on IQ, and our defending champion in H-Reds taking on Roots Gaming. Again, we hope to see you then. NHLGamer.com has all the information that you need to stay as up to date as you possibly can with everything going on under the ECL umbrella. Of course, all of our divisions, so much going on that is worth following. Of course, Sin and I, though, will be with you here pretty much every step of the way with the Elite Division. Again, Monday, our next broadcast, as you get a look there at some of the final results. And Sin, IQ, good bit of momentum heading into Monday, pulling off the double against your Gordon earlier today.
And yeah, if I'm not mistaken, that'll bring them to 5-0-1, or maybe I'm thinking of Roots, who had a 3-0-1 come into today, but I'm sure we'll get the standings on screen in just a few moments, as well as we finish taking a look at this, as we see some of the previous matchups in there. H-Reds looking exceptionally strong, only allowing 1 goal against YMCA, and Goons continuing their strong start to the season with 2 wins against HV71.
And indeed, I think we do have those standings to look at. Might not have the extra finalized results from the NA game, and as we do, but there you see again, H-Reds, the only perfect team left. Again, we'll see them in action on Monday. Look at Granite Gaming and Arobro up there as well. And yeah, IQ it now at 4-2-0 through those 6 games, though not too bad for a team that again made the playoffs last year, but the captain's poll had just missing the cut this year.
Yeah, but that's 2 huge wins. They sat at 500 coming in, and to go up to 4-2-0, I mean, it definitely keeps them not only in the hunt, but in a pretty good position, as we can see it from the standings right here, as Färjestad has not quite been updated, but they will be at 5-1-0, which would push them just ahead of Edinburgh.
That it would. So again, everybody, thank you very, very much for joining us here. Again, week 1, very good to be back. We hope to see you all on Monday. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see what happens heading into week 2 of the Elite season. We'll catch you then.